June is Pride Month, and Madison Lyric Stage is celebrating with its production of Tony Kushner's Angels in America.
The drama is set in the mid-1980s in the midst of the AIDS crisis and a conservative Reagan administration. Here in the studio with us is the show's director, Mark Deaton, artistic director for Madison Lyric Stage, along with Nathan Russo, who plays the role of Lewis. Nice to see the both of you.
Yeah.
Likewise, glad to be here.
Let's quickly talk about the plot. Give us a little synopsis of anybody out there who doesn't know what this historical show is about.
Great. So it's New York City, 1985 and 1986. It's the years that it spans.
A scary time for gay men.
A scary time for gay men and a lot of other people, but especially gay men,
right.
and the height of the AIDS awareness of the AIDS crisis. At that point, no one in government had even really spoken about AIDS, in print or in speech. So it settles around different people in New York from different aspects of life. There's a couple from Utah, and they're members of the Mormon Church. There's a lot of politics involved, and then also the development of the AIDS crisis and how it affects different characters, different relationships, and our society in general, mixed together with a whole gamut of fantasy and many people playing different roles.
And Nathan, we talked about this, that this is 30 years ago, but it's very poignant for today, that in fact sometimes you could almost change some of the names and it would feel like with this, where the world is in crisis right now, some of the themes that you explore are very topical for right now.
Absolutely, yeah. I think at the time and today it's still very easy to feel like the world is falling apart. What are we going to do? Who do I cling to? What do I cling to? What is there to save me and move me on to the next phase of my life? So I think that this show really explores what it felt like at that time, and it's all almost an allegory for this time. There are still crises happening, there is still panic happening, and so what do we do, and who do we love to move forward?
This show is bring a snack.
Yes, there is an intermission.
Oh, there is an intermission.
There is an intermission.
It's a little long.
Bring a jacket.
It is long. Well, the interesting thing about it, and I explain this to the cast, and I often explain it to some of our subscribers, if you were to go back and look at a typical Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, they're all over 3 hours long.
Which is remarkable.
It was very normal at a certain time. This piece is 3 hours long, and it's also, there is a second part that
I was going to say, this is part one.
Right, but we're not presenting part two this year.
Okay.
And typically they are presented on opposite nights, or sometimes there'll be a double show day. But it is an epic piece. But I will say that it goes very quickly. In addition to all of the really political and important dramatic aspects, there are also many, many laughs. It's really quite funny and clever on top of that, which I think it makes it more human.
Well, they say it's one of the most important plays of the 20th century. It's won a Pulitzer Prize. It's won a Tony. I mean, so the idea to have this right here in Connecticut, this is, if you haven't seen the show yet, this is really an opportunity to see something that has sort of defined a culture.
Yes, and that's what Madison Lyric Stage is all about. We strive to present works that the audience needs to see and needs to understand, because this is a great masterpiece of the standard repertoire, and that's what we're all about.
And Nathan, why do we need to see you?
Why do you need to see me? Well, and I think you need to see me and all of our wonderful stars, because I think that's the fantastic hallmark of Connecticut theater is you see it's all this talent right in your backyard. It is all these fantastic people, all these professionals, all these people dedicated to their craft, myself included, who are from your neighborhood, who are right from down the street, who are in your zip code, and so I think there's something so magical to be able to see these are members of my community. This is my small town people who I'm here to see and enjoy and support.
That's awesome. Well, we want to let everyone know you can catch Angels in America. There are 3 more shows, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at the Deacon John Grave House. It's in Madison, beautiful town there. For more information, you can get tickets by visiting MadisonLyricStage.org. It's right there on your screen.
Terrific. Well, we can't thank you guys enough for coming in.
Thank you so much for having us.
Good luck.
Good luck this weekend.